What up, what up, what up? Team Crope and the Hizzy. All right, so I have a list of really great questions here from you guys that I'm going to start off with first, and then we're going to go into why it is that you're here and not everybody else. So this is awesome. All right, the first question was how long or much does Tara focus on people who are hardly working? That's an easy answer. It's pretty much 0. Plain and simple, because I do an interview process. I don't just give anybody an opportunity to join my team. I ask very specific questions about their work ethic, whether they are driven, whether they are motivated, whether they take direction and are hardworking. When they answer all of those as yes, I reach out to them multiple times. I hear nothing back. I do not reach out again. If they want it, they will come to me, because I will not beg anyone to work to make money for their family. You want to make money for your family. The ones who work hard, I always reach out to them. I always make an effort to watch their stuff. I always make an effort to commend them for something. So that is kind of where my focus is, because the more love and attention you give to those who are busting their butt, the harder they're even going to work, because commendation, is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
It will make them work twice as hard. So someone doesn't want it, I'll love them out the door. And it's only because I begged people to work in the beginning. I grew people to diamond all by myself. They ran an auto ship and cast a paycheck on my hard work, and I got tired. I was exhausted, and I was like, I will never run someone else's business again. I will only work with those who want to work, because those people, those are the ones that when I look into their eyes and I see how hard they worked and I put my effort into them and I see what they've done for their family, that makes me feel amazing. When I look at someone else before I did all the work and they cashed a paycheck on my hard work, it makes me infuriated. Mm-hmm. Because I'm like, that should be my paycheck, because I got every single one of those distributors and those loyal customers myself. So I don't. That was a very long answer, but I needed to go into it. Because
I don't hear nothing. It'd be like, yeah.
What? Can someone
not Erie?
Erie, can you not hear me?
Erie, are you there?
Can you hear me? Let me make sure that everyone's like, I'm going to mute everyone. And then Jordan, if you want, you can unmute yourself. Okay, so, and then the second part of that question, does Tara try to push them if they're randomly working, or does she just let them mostly do their thing? When someone is like in and out, when they post and they do things, I let them know they're doing a great job, but I do not go out of my way to try to work one-on-one with them or anything like that, because a lot of the times when you completely ignore someone who isn't working, they come to you and they're like, I'm ready to do this. Like, I really don't beg anyone to work. I shouldn't have to beg someone to work. And I don't do that anymore. So that's kind of how I do things. I also have a much larger team than you. So I have the ability to focus my attention somewhere else. And you're like, well, a lot of my team's ignoring me. What the heck you want me to do? You probably got someone on there that's working, and it only takes a few people to change your business. So I'd rather have 3 really, really hardworking people than 30 meh people. And I would ignore those 27 to work with that 3, 100%. Okay.
My question to go along with that, Tara, because I think where the questions come in, because like you said, you have a huge team because you've built that. If somebody only has like 3 or 4, which is awesome. But if like 3 of those 4 aren't working, like they need to stack people somewhere. So my advice was like you were saying, run with your runners. So you find new runners, like you just keep finding. Is that correct advice? Would you give that advice too?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's more questions that kind of go into that. like how to motivate DTs to start posting and things like that. So I guess I can just kind of answer that now. So basically, if you have someone who really isn't working and you're like, I need someone who's going to work, I feel like one of the best ways to actually find good, hardworking distributors is to not just take anyone. I flat out will tell someone you're not fit for my team and I don't want you on my team. And this conversation's over in the most polite way possible. I'm not rude about it. I'm just like, I really appreciate you taking time to do this interview with me. And I'm talking to them on the phone. I was like, but my time is very precious. My time with my family is precious. And your time with your family is precious. And if you don't have the mindset for this style of business right now, I don't want you to put your time and energy into something that'll never make you a dime, because you just don't have what it takes at this point. And I don't want you to start spending money on something that you're not going to get a return with. So I was like, you're not fit for my team at this point. If anything ever changes, you have my number. It might sound rude, but the people I sign, they work. And I want workers. Again, I'd rather sign 3 people that are amazing than 30 that suck, because I'm going to work those 30 people's businesses. And I can work all day long with 3 people and talk to them all day long and never feel drained, ever. And I don't want to feel drained talking to my team, because I love what I do. And people that want it, you just get energized. You're like, oh, they're doing so awesome. They signed another loyal customer. This is so amazing. And then the other people are like, dang, I'm signing another loyal customer and putting on their team. They're getting a paycheck for what I do. And you're like, you don't want to feel that way. You don't. So that's how I sign good people, because I actually get them on the phone and I interview them. And I don't sign just anybody. Okay. The other questions. I feel like I need help getting people to commit to being a customer after saying they're interested. One of the biggest things that I do is I find some way to connect on some kind of level with that person to person. I might start out with a script and then I veer from it very quickly. I start just like being very much myself, finding some kind of like interest. And like, she, just for instance, yesterday I had this really nice conversation. I sent her a message and instantly got, within 10 minutes, had her information to sign her up as a customer for the Keto Triple Threat. So she told me like she voted on my poll. So polls are huge for getting customers, because they are giving you permission to reach out to them. They are wanting information from you. So several polls a day are huge. And then I reach out to them and just say, hey, I saw you voted on my poll that you want to lose 10 to 20 pounds. Like, can you tell me a little bit about your lifestyle now? They started off, and then I immediately send them voice messages. I connect with them in some kind of way. This one I did yesterday, I intentionally did not send voice messages, because I wanted to be able to show my new people how I have conversations with people. And so after I was done, I screenshotted everything and sent it to them. But like 98% of the time I send voice messages, and they can hear me like, oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with my keto coffee and everybody loves it. You're going to love it. And I assume the sale. I assume that they're going to get it. And I will flat out tell them like, are you a Starbucks lover? And they're like, yes, I get it like every day. And I'm like, so I promise you, my coffee plus my chocolate grains and my Thermofite is going to be cheaper than you buying your Starbucks 5 days a week. And getting, you're not going in there just getting the venti iced coffee. You're getting the egg bites too. And they're like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, so you're spending at least $11 a day when you can be losing weight with what I've got, and you're going to feel amazing, still get your treats, and looking fabulous within 3 months. Are you in? They're like, yes. So I make my stuff seem so desirable that they would be stupid not to want it. Like, I amp it up. I know my stuff works. I don't have to question it. And if you don't want it, you're crazy. Like, I'm going to show you my before and after pictures and blow your daggone mind. So if you don't have your own before and after pictures, start being a product of the product. Even if you're skinny and you're tiny, there is something that you can improve on. Even if it's your hair, skin, and nails, do something, take something, share it. Interview people. Put something out there every day that someone bites on it. If you do the same product every single week and you talk about it every single week and you interview someone that whole entire week, guarantee your inbox is going to be blowing up by the end of it. And next week, switch it to another product. That is what I do. And that is, I start high BV orders and then I work my way down. Like I automatically offer them like $150 in product every time. Because I'm like, if you do this, I guarantee the results that you're looking for. Like, I'm not sweating it. Like, you're going to spend $150 and you're going to look bomb by the end of your 3 months. So why are you sweating $150? And they're like, yeah, you're right. And I'm like, let's do this. I was like, give me your information. And I signed them up right there on the spot. Okay. So I feel like for that question, how are we getting people interested? You're being too polite and you're not being genuinely yourself and like letting them know that they're missing out on something if they don't get it right then and right there. Like, why are you going to wait tomorrow when you know you want it today? Let's not be silly. Let's do this. So like, I kind of just talk to them very, very bluntly, and they love me for it. I know it sounds so silly, but the more you're just like, girl, come on. You're like, yeah, you're right. Okay. So how to motivate DTs to start posting, how to say the right things to seal LC. So I kind of went over that last one. Motivating DTs to post. First of all, they don't even know what to post about. That is one of the hardest things that you are going to be able to teach someone. So their very first post, I get them to do a business hosted post because I want to see who on their list wants to make money. And guess who does the conversating? Me. I reach out to every single person that comments on it. If they message me, if they text me, I comment and I respond to every single one of them. And I send screenshots of the conversation that I'm having with that that distributor's potentials. I'm like, your girl Stephanie is really interested. I'm really excited. Send her a text and just say, hey, I saw you comment on a post. Have you talked to Terry yet? And just like, we'll both go at her. So I'm like, we're having conversations with the same people and I'm letting them know who's interested. And I was like, do you have your 2 codes ready? Because I think she's ready to sign right now. So I just like, I get them started right away with the business hosted post. So that gets them excited. I'm telling them how exciting it is. I'm telling them like, this is amazing for your business right now. And then from there, I put this in the team page today, but it's like a checklist of like things that you do with a distributor. And one of the things on here is, where am I going? Oh, the live post format. It's a little form and it teaches them how to create something. So I send them that and I said, I want you to go to my Instagram and scroll until your heart's content and screenshot anything you like. Anything of mine you like, and I want you to use that idea to create your own post similar in your own words. As many of my stuff as you want, because I don't expect you to know everything, but I do expect you to do something because I'm like, you can use anything of mine to create it. So I make it easy for them because I'm not making them think of all this stuff and knowing what to do. Some of them just instantly get it and they don't need the assistance, but others, they need that help to like get them posting. So I tell them to look up anything of mine and use it. And the same things for stories. What's your advice when you have DTs that aren't motivated? I hate the word motivated because it's so fleeting. Your motivation can be high one day and the next day it's not. I would rather the word determined because determination is not fleeting. If you have someone who is determined, no matter what obstacles get in their way, they are going to find a way to overcome it, where they have to dig underneath it, go over it, go through it. They are going to find a way. Motivation, you can have motivation 1 second and the next you don't. But I feel like one of the best ways to get someone to be determined is from the very beginning, figuring out what their why is in this business, what brought them here. And I tell them, I was like, if I don't want some generic why that you just want $200, because that's not really why you're here. You came to me for a reason. You saw something in me for a reason. And I want to know, I want you to dig down deep what it is desperately that you want and what you're expecting from this company. And I want you to write it down and I want you to send it to me. And that way, anytime that they're like, and I'm like, So you're telling me that you no longer want to be home with your kid anymore? That's no longer a desire of yours? Because I will screenshot there and I will send it back to them. No joke. And I will send them a voice message. I was like, so you no longer want these things for yourself anymore? That seems kind of crazy to me because this was just last week. How can you flip the script so quickly? And they're like, oh my gosh, you're so right. I want to be home with my daughter. And I'm like, yeah, I thought so. Okay, so you're gonna post today because you haven't posted in 3 days, and let's just be real. You're not gonna go anywhere doing nothing. So stop sitting on your hands. And I don't baby people, y'all. Like I don't, because I was never babied, and I still got the daggum job done. So if I feel like people just need to know what to do, and they do it. So if they don't, then I'm just like, I don't have time for you. Until you are ready, I won't be reaching out to you anymore. And they're sometimes like, that hurts my feelings. I'm like, get to work. Call me. Love you. Bye. Love you where you're at. So like I don't force people to have motivation. I will tell them exactly what to do. If I swear, if any of you were to text me right now and say, Tara, I need some one-on-one training. I'm like, you tell me when and where and I will be there. If you tell me nothing, I don't know you need me, but I will bend over backwards to do whatever for my team if they really want me. And I don't care if they've been in the business for 700 years and they haven't done anything and all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm ready to do this. I'm like, all right, Grampy, let's do this. So like I will do anything for my team as long as when they are ready and they are determined at that point. I'm being very long-winded. I'm very sorry. You like get to that point. So how do you continue to encourage your runners? I love that question because my runners, a lot of the times, they come to me every day. I know who my runners are because I don't have to beat down their door. I don't have to check in and say like, hey, what's up? I've already got, probably by the time I wake up, 28 messages from them. One of them. All of them. And I'm just like, I wake up and I'm like, why am I so fortunate to have an amazing team? So like you having constant talking like with your team, you have a very set plan. You know exactly what you're doing. And you just say, oh my gosh, have you seen your girl so-and-so's post today? Was that so good or what? So you're not just like talking to her, you're talking to her about her team and letting them know that you see it too. And that gets, you always come, anytime you're talking to your team, you are always positive. Don't you ever go to your downline with negativity, ever. Negativity goes up, positivity goes down. You don't ever want to put any negative vibes on your team. Does this make sense? Okay. That is like really important because as soon as you start getting on that friendliness that you feel comfortable talking about bad things that are going on your team, that is a spiraling effect for disaster. You guys will never hear me say 1 ounce of negativity about anyone ever, because I don't do that. My negativity goes to my upline if something bad is going on. You do the same thing. Don't ever go to your team and talk about anyone else on your team because you will be poisoning your team. You don't want anyone to think bad things about anyone. Stay positive, reach out to your runners every single day, and you need to be telling them, update me daily. When you sign a customer, tell me. When you sign a distributor, tell me. And this is why I do it. I already know I can look at my downline activity and see everything that they are doing, but I need to create that one-on-one connection, that communication daily with me, that they're telling me who's doing what, keeping me up on their volume, because I want them to feel comfortable coming to me and us talking to each other and amping each other up. I don't want to come to them like, hey, I saw you saw a customer on downline activity. That's awesome. I want them to come and tell me how the conversation went and how they did it. That is what I want. So have that communication with your leaders that way. Do most leaders strongly encourage their teammates to do an auto ship? I do. I realize there are people that have different circumstances, so I am also very understanding. I know most of the top leaders, they will not work with you unless you have an auto ship done. They will not even allow you on a team page. They will not train you if you do not have an auto ship, because they consider that to be you committed to your business, because you have to invest money to make money. If you're not willing to invest, that means you're not even trying the product. So how the heck are you going to talk about them? You don't have any samples to sell out. You don't have anything to talk about on your story. And that means that if you ever sign a customer, you're going to keep it and you're not going to share it with your team, because you have to make yourself commission qualified. And if you're not willing to share with your team, you can't grow. Like, I never keep a single customer for myself. I move every single one of them because I have an auto ship and I'm guaranteed commissions. If you're scared that someone's going to send something back and you're going to lose your commissions, run an auto ship. Like, I know that that's like a scary thing because, again, people's circumstances, but other teams, auto ship is law. I'm a little bit more lenient. But I will say, I will not place a single customer or distributor underneath you unless you have an auto ship. I will not treat you like a leader. My leaders have to run auto ships. There's no if, ands, or buts about it.
Tara, is that the same with having the website too?
Mm-mm.
What do you feel about that?
I want them to have their website, especially leaders, because how are they going to know what their volumes are if they're promoting? They're going to have to come to me and ask me what it is. And I'm sorry, I will not do it. You can sell 5 packets of keto coffee to come up with $20 to run your website. So I've had people that are like, can you go and look at this and look at that? And I'm like, I'm not going to go look at what your customer's order is supposed to be. Like, if you want to know that bad, call customer service. Because I've got so many people that you won't even believe how much my phone blows up. If I did that for every single person, when would I ever work my business? When would I ever be there for people? Because I just say, sorry, you're going to need to call customer service if you don't have your website. Like, it's not that like I won't help them if they like really desperately need it, but if they don't have their website, they're probably not really working anyway. So why do I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
And I tell people, yeah, I agree. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. And I don't have an auto ship or I don't have my website for Chris. So if you have your husband sign up, I don't want you thinking you have to pay like $40.
No.
Yeah.
You don't need
your
to do
own,
that.
not your husband.
Yeah, you'll really never need your husband's website stuff. I never log into Tyler's except for changing his auto ship. That's kind of the only thing. But even Tyler, he has an auto ship. I have an auto ship. Like, we both have one, because I never want to take away from my team when I can guarantee my husband's commissions and mine with having it. It's like $80 to guarantee thousands of dollars. Like, are you out of your mind? Of course you're going to spend that. Like, it's no brainer. And every single month I'm getting the stuff in that I love, and I can talk about it every single day on my story. Like, it's a no brainer. Let me see. Do you have a schedule for reaching out to teammates and checking in to manage your time with normal daily tasks in your trainings, or how do you manage your time? So anytime that I have like one-on-one trainings, which I try to do 3 to 4 a day, I have all of those scheduled out and written down. I have alarms on my phone to remind me an hour before. Anytime, I don't really have a schedule for like reaching out to my team, because for the most part, if they're brand new, I have them in like a text group for like their little mini teams. So like anywhere that have like little teams, I have text and I talk to them every single day. And then generally those in those groups that are really squeaky text me individually. So that works out really good. But I have communication with my new people every single day. And then my leaders, like I said, they reach out to me. Like, I know that my team is on fire and my leaders are amazing because they're communicating with me on a daily basis. Like, I never have to wonder what they're doing. I know that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So, for my daily task, I don't have necessarily like a certain schedule for that. I just know that I don't go to bed until the things that I have on my business every day are done. Like I won't go to sleep until it's done. So if my day was really hectic and I didn't get any of it done, I'm up until it is. So no, but I do try to do a lot of my stuff when Ezra is asleep, just because when he's awake, I can't really concentrate on like my own business, but I can still like talk to you about your business. If you needed to ask me a question, I can send voice messages or FaceTime or anything like that. But yeah, I used to have like a schedule for like reaching out to people. Like I would do 5, 5, 5, 5, which was every day I would reach out to 5 potential loyal customers, 5 loyal customers, 5 potential distributors, and 5 distributors. Like it's the 5 rule, and I would do that every single day. But then it got to the point where I still didn't have enough days to complete what I needed to. So I will mass do something in one day. So when Ezra's taking a nap, like I will literally send 250 text messages. And I just like, okay, I'm done with that for the month. So yeah, it's not that I have like I just know what I have to get done and I get it done. Is authorship essential for ranking up? Yes, it is. Because again, that question was kind of already asked, but I won't place underneath a leader or place underneath someone who doesn't have an authorship, because to me, it doesn't feel like they're taking their business seriously. You don't have to run an authorship to do this business, but that is one of my requirements for a leader, like authorship as well in a leader. Okay. How to get distributors. So again, like I do like the conversations, like I get people on the phone and I talk to them, or I FaceTime them. I don't care how jacked up I look. I will FaceTime them. And I'm like, I'm crazy. And they see like how I'm able to work my business looking ugly as crap. But the way that I get a lot of distributors is by unapologetically being myself. And the people that like me, they're drawn to me, and they actually reach out to me a lot of the times. And I make sure that at least 3 of my posts during the week are business related. So I say something about like just normal stuff, and at the very end, I bring it around saying how my business allows me to do that. But I'm also sharing myself with my followers. I'm letting them get to know me more on an intimate level, so they actually feel like they know me. They know my life. They know Ezra. So when they reach out to me and they tell me they want to do this business, they're telling me all the things that they love about me. But how could they do that if I was a walking billboard? If I was just, I love it works. I am it works. I do it works. Like if that's all I ever did, the people be like, hi, it works. How are you? That's not, I am Tara. I have a son named Ezra and I have a husband named Tyler. I live in Maryland and I have a whole daggone life behind me and in front of me, and you are a part of everything that I do. No matter what it is, like I share everything. Like I have like no filter. So people like that. And I know that seems really scary. Like, I don't want crazy strangers to know. Let me tell you this. The psychos and the weirdos let themselves know immediately. They will be up in your inbox like, hola. And you're like, block. I ain't even, nope. Bye. Nope. Like, hey, sister, from a guy in another country. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. I just block instantly. The creepers let themselves know. So I have no problem with just being myself. And if I see someone's content on my stuff that I don't like, I block it, just because I will never want that person on my team. So if I'm going through and like people's content is just no good, I will block them and move on, because I'm making space for someone who I would want on my team. And another great tip. So if you don't know this about Instagram, but they have collections. So anytime that I'm having a nice conversation with someone, you can go to one of their pictures, and at the bottom right-hand corner, it looks like a bookmark. Click that, and then you can create certain collections. So mine is like potential distributors, or keto coffee, or like anytime I have a conversation about someone about coffee, like they'll go in there. So if we ever have a promotion, I can reach out to all those people like, hey, you're interested in the coffee and we're having an offer right now. Let's get it going for you. So for the distributors, I have one for them. And I also turn all of their post notifications on. So when they do a post, I'm one of the first ones to respond to it. I'm creating a connection with them. If there's someone that I really like and I think that they would be really good, I am like their best friend, and I will have conversations with them on Messenger about stuff. I'll comment on their stories, and I will literally send them, the stepdads, or what is that, stepbrothers, and they're like, did we just become best friends? Yep. I send them that gif. And they love it. And like they eventually just like, I want to do what you do, and I'm like, I want you to do what I do too. And I just talk to them until they like, it's like their idea. And then I'm like, you're so right. Why didn't I think of that? You should do this with me. I have to go and like find some of these conversations and like share them with you guys. But I am very much myself. And then when I find someone that like I just want, I go after them like I am their best friend and I know every single thing about them. That's what I do, and that's why they join me. Oh, and here's another thing that I want to just touch base on with the loyal customer stuff. I told you like how I just like talk to them normal. People are always like, well, what do I say? Can you just take a second, breathe, and pretend that person is standing next to you, shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder? Are you going to send me a text message like, they just asked about keto coffee. What the heck do I say? How do I respond? Are you going to do that? Talk to the daggone person like they're a person, because they are a person. They're just behind a phone, just like you. So talk to them like you would talk to them if they were right here. You're not going to be like, hey, can you hold on one second? I just need to text my upline to see how to reply. You're not going to do that. That's silly. So don't overcomplicate it and just talk to them like they were standing right next to you. Okay, how do BVs and volume work? Okay, so if you are looking at your website and you see where it says, like for instance, I always just go to the wraps because it's so easy. You'll see the retail price is $99, and then the loyal customer price is $59, but the BV on it is $54. That 54 BV is actually what we get paid on. We don't get paid on the 59, we get paid on the 54. So every single product that we buy, like we are trying to upsell with people, we need to add that BV up to see how much total that equals when we are looking at our boxes to get them at 400, which is a GV, which stands for group volume, which means as a collective whole team unit that's underneath you, what is that GV? So if we're looking at a 400 box and it's one person, but they actually have one person underneath them that has, like, say they have 200 volume underneath them, and then I know that this person has their auto ship, so they at least have 80 volume, right? And they have two customers. So we'll say that they have 160 volume and this person had 200. Collectively, their GV is 360 volume. So you need to make sure that you're calculating the BV, that bonus volume of the product, to figure out what you need for your promotions. A way that you can calculate your totals in advance to figure out what it is that you're going to need at the end of the month is you go to your tree viewer, you click, there is a box at the top that says active loyal customers. You want to click that box, and then you press the distributor, the down screen pops up and it shows you all the loyal customers underneath them. You can click the loyal customers and see what the projected order is supposed to be and tally all of the volume up. under each distributor, and you can figure out, all right, well, this person has 600 like projected volume. She's done for a 400 box. So let me go to this person. All right, they only have 30 BV. So I know that I need to get them 370 BV for me to promote this month, because I know that needs to be a 400 box. So that is how like you kind of calculate things in advance to figure out what your projected volume is. And I need to know at least by the 25th what my projected volume is going to be, because that's when auto ships are done running for the month. Another thing that you can look out for is after the 25th and you're like, man, my volume's less than what I thought it was going to be. Always check your credit card declines, because if they don't run, like that's missing out on orders. And I reach out to them and I'm just like, hey, so-and-so, I just want to let you know, I don't know if you got an email too like I did, but it showed that your credit card declined. It's probably just that you need to update your card because it already expired. Do you want to give me something to update your account with? So I'm not going and saying like, girl, where's my money? I'm like, it's probably a simple mistake. Let me just update that for you so we can get your products coming to you. And they're always like, yes, I just got a new card. Thank you so much. I hate like updating everything myself. This is making it so much easier. It's normally something simple like that. So checking your declines and then having it once you update the credit card, submit it for processing it. And that'll help with volume too. Okay, so that was all the questions. Unless while I was talking, it spurred something, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself and ask anything before we go into the leadership portion of it. No? Good? Let me see people's faces. Let me scroll down. Everybody's good? Okay, cool. All right, so first of all, I really just want to commend you for being here, because you were invited here for a reason. If you notice, Jordan's entire downline is not on here. She has 64 distributors? And there's 10 of us total on here. So I think that you really need to give yourself a daggone pat on the back and appreciate how amazing that you are, because you were invited here for a reason, because she saw something in you and she's like, these are the girls that are really working. These are the girls that I see something in, and these are the ones that I really want to work hard with, to promote with, and to move forward with. Some of you have been on our team since the very beginning, and some of you are still very relatively new. So this is just huge, and I'm so proud of you. And it like makes me emotional, because I'm just like, you guys' team is so stinking rad. It's so awesome. And you guys have Jordan, who is an incredible leader, which I think she deserves a round of applause, because she has so much love and passion for you guys. And she talks to me about you guys every day. And she keeps me abreast of everything that's going on and how awesome that you guys are. So let me tell you a little bit about that leadership position and what that means for you. That means you have your auto ship set up. Yeah, you do. You do it. It's awesome. And I always make sure that with my auto ship, I get enough that I can use for myself, because I don't want to go without. And I also have enough that I can turn around and sell, so that my auto ship pays for itself. I sell at least $200 in products offhand every month to cover my website and my auto ship. So my business pays for itself every single month. Every single month, I sell product outright. Give me cash. Pay for my auto ship. So you can't do that unless you have an auto ship set up, or because you won't have any products coming in. So that is number one rule if you are a leader. As I've talked about before, when you have an auto ship set up, that means any customers that you get past your first 4, you're able to move it underneath your team. If you're moving customers underneath your team, they're getting customers and you guys are all working together, you promote very fast. You cannot promote fast if you are clinching onto every bit of volume that comes into your network, because you can't give it away, because you're not guaranteed commissions unless you keep the customers. Like, I don't ever want to have my income set on a customer, because what if they want to return it and then I don't have 150 volume and I lost my entire paycheck? The company will not give it back to you because they give you an option to guarantee commissions, and it's simple. So please keep that in mind. Another thing, you guys are leaders. So this means that you have people underneath you. This means that you have a network underneath you. Love your team. Every single teeny little thing that they do, you tell them how amazing they are. If they did an awesome post, shout them out on the team page. Just say, my girl so-and-so just did a bomb post. You should go look at it and like it. And tag them in it, because you know what that does? It makes them feel good. It makes them feel good. And when you're telling them they're doing good, they're going to do better because you are showing appreciation for what they're doing. When you stop reaching out to someone, that is when they disappear. Always. So if you find someone like shrinking back and back and back, think about how long ago it was that you truly reached out to them, and how long ago that you actually like gave them one-on-one attention. So the girls that do really good on my team that are just killing it, and I didn't, like, for me, like if I place under Jordan, I know that she's going to take care of them. I know that that distributor is going to be in the best hands possible. So I can actually breathe a little bit, and I don't technically have to reach out on that distributor all day, every day, because I know Jordan's got it. I choose very specifically who I work with, who I place a distributor with. I don't just place underneath anybody. I want to make sure that we have layered leadership, and whoever I am putting someone under, that they are in the best hands possible, if not directly under me and I didn't move them. If someone is like directly underneath me and there is no leader above them other than me, I am reaching out to them all the stinking time, all the time, every day. So when you are like working on your promotions and you're like, who do I put this person under? Who can you trust? Who do you have a strong relationship with? Who do you know that reaches out to you all the time and is asking you questions, trying to learn, implementing every single thing that you tell them without questioning you? That's your leader. Who's on all the Zooms? Who's on all the trainings? Who's telling you what Mark said on the live? That's your leader, because that person is going to be so excited. If they're coming to you, you guarantee if you put a distributor underneath them, they're going to be doing the exact same thing. So this is what I do with brand new leaders. I throw them to the wolves. Yep, sure do. I tell them, I was like, guess what? I just put a distributor underneath you. You know what that means? They're like, oh my gosh, no. I'm like, that means you're going to reach out to them every single day. Yeah, you are. You're going to like and comment on every single thing that they do. You want to know why? Because that's your paycheck. That's your money. I signed them, but that's your paycheck. So you love on them every single day. Check your downline activity. I show them in reports how to do that. And I say, when they sign a customer, shout it out on the team page. When they do anything small, you tell them, and you have little mini conversations with them. And I want you to ask them questions every single day, like, what questions do you have for me? And I'm like, and guess what? You're not going to know the answer. You won't. So that's when you screenshot it to me, you ask me, and then you both learn at the same exact time. So when I have new distributors on my team, what I've been doing is I don't automatically consider them a 400 box. I put that leadership mentality in their mind, and I let them know how amazing they are, and I make them think that they are a leader, so they work like a leader. If I'm only ever thinking of that person as like, they're a 400 box, like whatever, my projection of them is going to feed them, and that's all they're ever going to see themselves as. So you're asking me, like, what do you do if someone's not motivated? Have you from the very beginning treated them like a leader? Have you put them high up here to let them know how amazing they are from the very beginning? Did you teach them how they are a leader, how they can reach out to people, and like you start working with them that way? Because if you don't, then they're never going to see themselves as that. And if you take away the training of a distributor that you place underneath them and you're doing it all for them, how are they ever going to learn? So I put responsibility in their hands, and it makes them feel accountable. And I tell them, I send them their social media accounts right away. And I'm like, this is your new teammate. Reach out to them and text them right now. Here's their phone number. Welcome them. And they do it. And I'm telling you, these are like brand new people that I'm like, I have to build a brand new diamond chart. So I'm like plunking in 1 month, I had a brand new diamond chart pop like that. And I had leaders that didn't know what they were doing. And so I taught them how to be leaders. And they're like killing it. And their team is doing really good. Because they're just talking to each other. And something, again, like I'm going to kind of explain this a little bit more, is I have several different text groups because all of these girls have iPhones, which makes it really nice. So I have like the top girl, the emerald, and her 2 rubies in one chat. So the leaders. And then I have the main girl and that other ruby leg for her diamond in one chat. And then I have the main leader and all the whole diamond chart in one chat text group. And I'm just like plunking in stuff. I'm showing them how I'm having conversations. I'm giving them challenges. And a way that I'm giving them challenges is I'm just saying, who wants to get 120 BB today? And whoever says me, I say, okay, I'm going to text you separately. I will not put all the information out there because they can ignore it. And it's you get so irritated when you put something out there and nobody says anything because you put all you gave them all the cards. So make them like come to you. So if I just say something like that and then I'm like, all right, I'm texting you, girly. And this one says me, like, sent you a text, and then like I'm having all these mini conversations with these people. I tell them exactly what I want them to do. And when they say, yes, I'm going to do it, I'll check in on them in 30 minutes. I was like, are you done yet? Because I didn't get your confirmation. So I know I'm able to keep track of them. And it's almost like micromanaging, but it's not, because it's making them accountable. If you said you were going to do it, I'm following up that you did it. And guess what? These girls are getting customers and they're excited. And I'm like, and then I shout them out in the big text. I'm like, so-and-so got a customer from the challenge. So-and-so completed the challenge. This one completed the challenge. And I'm just like, I keep going back in there and like showing like what these girls are doing. And it's making them like all the rest of them that didn't even send a single text the whole time saying, all right, I'm going to text Tara. I texted Tara. It's like, it almost makes them feel like I'm missing out because I didn't do it. So just creating leadership, putting that leadership mindset in someone from the very beginning. And I also do tons of 3-way calls. Lots. I take 3-way calls from my entire downline. So if someone wants a 3-way call with me, I'm like, yes, I have time for that. No one needs a shower today. And I will do it while I'm out at the grocery store. And I'm like, so this is my story, is I'm like grabbing milk. And I don't care. Like, I can work my business anywhere, and I let them know where I'm at when I'm doing the 3-way call too. So they see that they can do it anywhere. I'm like, I'm just here at Trader Joe's. Don't mind me. And I'm working my business. So I do lots of 3-way calls too. So when you've got a new distributor and you have them do their hundreds list and give it back to you in 24 hours, you have them do their checks and their pointers. Like, who is your main girls on here that you feel would be amazing at this team in your business? And I also have them write down personalities and qualities in a leader that they want, what they look for. And the reason why is because, and I have them think about friends that they have that are loyal, that they enjoy spending time with. Why? And have them think of like their broad array of friends and which qualities in them, and several of them are the same, to help them pinpoint what it is that I actually like in a person, because they're building their business with people that they like, because you have that option, and it's amazing. Who hates working with coworkers that you can't stand? So And when I have them do their list and they send me the list of the people that they feel would be good at this business, I tell them word for word what to say to them, have them send a video, ask them what they loved about it most, and then say, hey, after you watch that video, can I call you? And they're asking them, who are the 3 people? Could you give me a recommendation of 3 people that you feel could benefit from this? And I'll let them know that you recommended them to me. So why they're doing that and why I'm having them do that is because when you show someone something so amazing, like the forbidden fruit, and you take it away from them, they're like, well, why didn't you offer that to me? You're like, oh, I thought you were so busy. I didn't even think that would be something that you want to do. So then they're like, oh, well, let's get you signed up. And those 3 people that you were I'll reach out to them for you and get them on your team. And you've already got a Ruby chart. So I'm having them do this stuff right away. And I'm doing all the help. I'm helping them with every little bit of everything. And it's exhausting. Yes, it is. But it's worth it when all of a sudden they're popping in customers and distributors like this, and you didn't have to do it because they get it. You do the first few with them and then they get it because you taught them how to do it. You showed them little by little every step of the way and they get it. So that honestly is what I am doing and how my team is growing so fast because I'm making leaders. And I'm putting that leadership mentality into all these people that I'm signing. My computer's about to die. Let me grab my charger.
Kalila, did you have a question? I saw you guys like reaching toward, or Karina, did she have a question?
What I was going to ask, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Well, what I was going to ask is like, you basically said it for us, Tara, like how you would convince them to have an auto ship, but you basically went over all of that. Is that kind of what you're saying to these people then, is like what you just said to us about it?
Yeah, I always send like a voice message because they're like, is there any fees or anything that I need to be aware of up front? I always let them know about their website and I let them know about the auto ship. And I bring those both out in such a positive way. I don't put any negativity on it. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to make so much more money with an auto ship because how are you going to feel confident talking about a product you haven't tried? Right. So, and I always say, like, from the very beginning of my business, I put 2 to 3 different products in my cart every single month. I talked about them all month long. It made me really confident about talking about them and explaining them. The next month I would try something else. I ended up trying all the products, found the ones that I really loved and I'm really passionate about, and I use them to this day. So I just really make it positive, and they're like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I'll set up my auto ship. And I'm like, take those wraps out. And I'm like, do you want recommendations? And they're like, yeah, I want recommendations. I'm like, put coffee and the greens in there. And throw in the hair, skin, and nails too. And they're like, okay. And so like sometimes I just need to understand why it is something that's important to do. And when you just tell them it is important. Like, I don't want them to just do it because I want that extra volume. I want them to feel confident in talking about a product.
And show them the benefit.
Exactly. So yeah, I do that from my very first conversation with them.
Okay. Awesome.
Any other questions, guys?
Yeah.
Let me see. Is anyone about to fall asleep? Monica, Ashley. I see you guys. I was like, Ty, I'm literally going to fall asleep. But I'm like, my personality is very blue. So I'm like, and then I get with people and I'm like, I'm always like, let's party until it's like, I'm a grandma. And I'm like, all right, well, definitely time for bed. All right. Well, we are like exactly an hour. That's awesome. Did you guys learn anything, or did I just like talk a lot? Sorry if I talked a lot. I have to like explain everything. Okay, is everyone good? Okay, so anyone who needs help on charting or what they need to do or who they should focus on, you just need like a little bit more direction, I can also do mini one-on-ones with you and your team too, to help you with that. So if that's something that you want to schedule, all you need to do is text me. Anyone who doesn't have everyone has my number, right? Yeah, I think everyone has my phone number. So just text me if you want to do anything like that with your team. But honestly, the best thing that you can do is like give such strong direction with anyone on your team. Even if they're like a 400 box, let them know about the 400 club. Actually bump it up. Tell them about the 500 club. And this is why, like if you're coming in, you're like, oh my gosh, this new person needs 500 volume or else I'm not going to promote this month. And I've got I just signed 3 new people. That is, oh my gosh, that's 1,500 volume. How am I going to do that? When you sign them up and you just let them know, like, I want you to get into 500 club this week. They don't know any different. They're not going to be like, oh my gosh, that's so much. They're going to be like, okay, that sounds cool. What do I need to do? And you're like, send this message to 100 people on your hundreds list. And they're like, okay. It just makes it simple. And you're like, but I don't want you to respond to any of them. Like, I want you to send that and then screenshot every single thing to me. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to say. So there's no, you don't have to be scared and feel like you don't know what you're talking about, because I know what you're talking about. And I'm going to walk you through every single step of the conversation. And they send you, and you're like, I've heard this message 17,000 times today. I'm so annoyed. And then they're like, I have a 500 bucks. And you're like, you did it. And so give them direction, tell them exactly what to do, and they'll do it. So don't put your fears on them thinking like, how in the world are they going to get to be 500 bucks? And I need them to be a 500 bucks for me to go Ruby this month. Just tell them what to do. Tell them exactly what to do. Tell them to send you screenshots, even though it's really frustrating when you have a million people doing that. But then when they get the customer, they're going to be so excited. And they're like, actually, I signed this other customer completely on my own because it was the same thing that you had already showed me. And I always tell them, anything that I send you, save it in your notes. You're going to use it again and again and again and again and again and again, because business is very repetitive. And they save it. And then all of a sudden they're sending me screenshots of conversations that they're having. I'm like, so can I start sending you my screenshots? Because that was really good. So just walk them through it, teach them how to do it, and eventually they just get it, and you won't have to baby them so much. But from the very beginning, just give them goals, tell them exactly what it is that they need to do so that they do it. But if you don't tell them, how the heck are they supposed to know? That's your job being the leader. Okay, everyone's falling asleep. So how about we get off here? I will stop the recording. Oh, but thanks everybody.